Oh my god, not
The Legend
this.
of
I'm in a
Mr.
tank.
Schneewise.
Mr. Schneewise.
Tanks are
Mr.
pretty
Schneewise
cool.
was in his. Mr. Schneewise was living in Antarctica when he was born. Then he plopped
he's
the baby out of
Antarctic.
his wiener into a penguin. You know, he just made it with a penguin, and next thing you know, a fucking another penguin will plopped out of that penguin. So now he had a penguin daughter, and he was like, my daughter's a penguin. And then he got a boat, and he went to America to teach. And he went to America, and he was in this kid named Frosty's class. Now, Frosty is an interesting kid. He beats black people on top of the head with a baseball bat, and also he hates gay people. Cop, PJ. Okay, so
Wait.
Mr. Schneewise is a substitute, and PJ said, wait, listen, this is the real Frosty. Frosty told this story, but this is a little whack. This is a little weird turn to it. So Mr. Schneewise is a weird dude. He substitutes for Frosty. And basically, Frosty, Mr. Schneewise, his main line is, my daughter's penguin. So, you know, now we're going to tell the true
Alright, so
story.
this
Mr.
dude's weird
Schneewise.
as hell. That's basically the moral of the story right now.
Mr. Schneewise one day decided to grab a Tic Tac and shove it inside his wiener hole. And then that's when he had his
it's normal.
Vietnam flashbacks.
Now it's
Vietnam
fresh.
flashbacks.
Going back, he was thinking, he heard gunshots. And then next thing you know, he's like, oh no! So he went to the bathroom to ease his pain, and he saw Frosty and his gang beating a black guy in the stall with a baseball bat. And he's like, oh more Vietnam! So then he left the school, and he was like, God damn it, I have to fight in some sort of war. So then
Sound like
he
Leafy.
decided to go down to Africa to fight in the Great Water War. If you don't know the legend of the Water War, there's this water fountain in Africa, and it only drops once every 2 years. And then one day it dropped, and all the tribes fought for a little bit of water. So, you know, Schneewise joined a tribe, and the tribe was the Zimbabweans, Cluck Clucks, and he goes, my daughter's name is Cluck Dirk Dirk. And he goes, oh, Cluck Cluck Dirk Dirk. And then they go, oh, yes. And then basically Mr. Schneewise became the head of their tribe. They threw a bunch of poop at him and started calling him the Mr. Cluck Cluck. And then, he became the leader.
Mr. Cluck.
And then Mr. Cluck Cluck was in charge, and he was like, my daughter's a fucking penguin. And then, basically, Mr. Schneewise led the army to the water fountain. And he was like, can I tell my story? So, Mr. Schneewise, his
Whoa.
first war command...
Peaches hating
Mr.
on
Schneewise's
teachers.
first war command was,
Not cool, dude.
kill the fucking slaves. And then, basically, all the Africans were like... They were like, did you cut? And then basically all the guys ran up to the water fountain, and there's a bunch of Ugandan kids, and there were a bunch of white kids playing VR chat. And they were like, oh yeah, you're not real. So the bows and arrows, and they did. And then yeah, there were a bunch of kids.
Oh, it's
The
not
real
a circle.
Africans rolled in
Oh,
from
yes, it
Uganda.
is.
And then all those Africans fought, and they had the Ugandan versus Zimbabwean war. You know, after the Zimbabweans finished them, because Mr. Schneewise's sneeze, he sneezed and all of them got Ebola. Not Ebola, they all got smallpox and they died. So, when that happened, all of the Ugandans were dead, and then all of them were like, oh, the great sneeze! Sneeze happened. I was scared of Mr. Schneewise and thought of him as God. Everyone prayed to Mr. Schneewise, and he goes, I'm a fucking God! And then basically after that happened, he took the water fountain and he just kind of like tapped it, and a bunch of water came out of it, and all the Africans
was a chest here.
just a bunch of water was coming out, and then like
Tom
Obama
is just
called up and he was
whispers,
like, God damn it.
There
was-
was a test
I
here.
know.
And then Obama calls up and he's like, took him 30 years to figure that out, am I right? And he's like, you're black. And then he hung up.
Wait, what?
He just starts
So
laughing.
Obama
of that.
took him 30 years to figure out that there's that much water. So basically,
Hey, that was racist.
there's a bunch of
speech.
water.
Are you kidding?
Come on, PJ, stop. So there's a bunch of water coming out, and all the Africans are clucking because they've never seen water in their life, and then they just survive off of dirt water.
Sounds
So,
reasonable.
You know, they're drinking all the nice. They're drinking off all this clean water, and they're like so happy. And then like all the Ugandans are crying, and then Mr. Schneewise is like, "You're my slaves." And then basically, yeah, Mr. Schneewise builds a huge city. Like a massive city. It's like a nice functioning city, and he's like the god still, and he's like click click dirk. And And Africa is like becoming like industrialized pretty quickly, and they're probably a nice country because they actually finally have fucking water. So they have water, you know, they're eating like they're still eating dirt, but you know that doesn't matter. So they're eating some dirt, and they're having some water in their meals. So they're having a nice nutritious dinner, you know, pieces of wood, maybe
Call
some
that
berries
nutritious?
and some dirt, and yeah, some water. So oh, awesome, some Tide Pods, don't forget it. It's the super fruit. So they're eating up their food, you know, they're
For the
digesting
OGs.
really well. And, you know, they poop out a bunch of crumbs of dirt every once in a while, but does that really matter? No. They have water. So, you know, now they're actually peeing, and all the old people, like, they never peed in their life. All they do is, like, a bunch of red stuff comes all over their wiener. And then basically when the pee comes out, they're like,
I
they
really
start
have to go to
drinking
the
it, thinking
bathroom.
it's water. And
Yeah, me
back to
too.
it. So Mr. Schneeweiss is the god still, and he's like,
Did you guys not want to miss
the
this?
Ugandans are slaves. So basically,
No,
now all
I'm
the
just gonna
Ugandans,
die
like,
if I
all the
leave.
Zimbabwe,
Same.
Oh.
all the African people have like
I want
that's
one
what I
of
always
those.
now
do,
because you're
just,
industrialized.
Like just kitty zoom to the bathroom and just come back.
All right, so basically, yeah, if you were to go to the bathroom, you're gonna come back, and next thing you know, I'm gonna say the North Koreans invaded Africa, and you're gonna be like, what?
I was right.
Back to it. Mr. Schneeweiss sneezed again, and then everyone died in his village, and he was like, oh, god damn it. So he moved down a little bit to, like, another part of Africa,
Sounds about right.
and he moved down to a different part of Africa, and he took them over pretty easily, and he, like, they're like, oh, what's that cough? Never heard. And they're like, why you sound like Asians? And he's like, I don't know, I just felt like it one day. And they're like, oh, okay. So basically,
look what I'm
the
doing.
North Koreans are allies with these ones. There's a little bit of North Korean culture in there, so he's like, God damn it, Kim Jong Wingle Dingle. So he left that area and went to a different area. And this time he went up to Egypt, and he was like, I'm so cool, I can conquer this place. So he went to the Great Pyramids of Giza and climbed to the top, and goes, my daughter's dilapidated. And then next thing you know, a bunch of like
touch it.
pharaohs, like next thing you know, a giant bright like a
Don't
light comes
touch
out
it.
of all three of the tips of the pyramids and like makes a giant thing in the sky that says dilapidated. And they're like, oh, I'm the chosen one. And the next thing you know, everyone runs out of their houses and is like, stay wise is the chosen one. And the Great Pyramid, like the freaking thing stands up and he's like, you are the chosen one. He's like, yeah, I am. So then he takes over Egypt and he turns it into a super city. And then yeah, he's a cool now because he found the secrets of the world. So Mr. Schneeweiss is a goat now, basically. You know, as all this is happening, then next thing you know, his city is invaded. A bunch of dudes rolls up on camels and they have their wieners out with two freaking a horse dick and a camel dick. And
Boy,
they're
this
like,
gay ass bitch is hitting me.
so wow, here's
What?
Nigger.
so little Jim Jim
Probably
rolls
a
into
black
the
dude.
city. Versus Mr. Schneeweiss.
Harrison! My neighbor.
So Mr.
I got so
Schneeweiss,
scared. I did one
so
person.
Mr. Schneeweiss then coughs on little Jim Jim, but little Jim Jim doesn't die when he coughs, and then Jack Myers like freaking burps, and then next thing you know, an earthquake happens and everyone dies. So then they won that battle, and then Mr. Schneeweiss was like, God damn it. So Mr. decided to join
Graham-
the Norse.
Graham's
Little
original
Jim Jim.
line.
Good.
Queen farted, an earthquake started.
Wait, guys,
Funny.
did I
Very
tell you
bad.
about the time that a black homeless dude came up to me on the streets in New York?
No, we're back though. Don't tell it just yet.
Screw it.
I'm gonna wait for Luke to come back.
Aw.
Alright.
Oh, this was me.
Back to
that
the
did
Mr.
this?
Schneeweiss story, I guess. So, Mr. Schneeweiss then joined Little Jim Jim, and Little Jim Jim decided to say, hey, since you're a cool kid, I'm gonna tie a turtle wiener onto you. And he's like, a turtle wiener? So then basically he has now a turtle wiener and a human wiener. So he's a cool kid, am I right? So, Mr. Schneeweiss is no longer in charge of anything because Little Jim Jim rolled into town. Now, everyone's sad because Mr. Schneeweiss was a fucking goat. And then Jack Meyer comes in.
It's a scar.
He goes into a school.
Whoa. I got sniped.
Oh, Corey farted, an earthquake
Don't
started.
idiot. End of all that.
Sorry. All right. Well, I missed everything, so rip.
All right,
I'll send you the recording later.
guys.
Where'd he
So
go?
I'm
Just
I'm
messed with
in New
Harrison.
York in this the homeless black dude comes up to me, and he literally just calls my family a bunch of white supremacists, and that we're all bitches.
What the heck?
What'd you say? Like,
I'm
hey,
not
when you
even
go
joking.
back.
And NYC?
No, we literally just kept on walking. It was probably the scariest encounter ever.
Probably a Bob's Border.
Cause it wasn't just like a black hobo. It was like a black hobo that looked like he could like kill someone.
Did he have like
Sounds
gangs
about
involved
right.
and shit? On his dick?
Whoa, we're going places. All right, back to it. New story going on.